although it's celebrating 50 years of Range Rover, I didn't want the jacket to look like it's 50 years old. It needs to be contemporary, and it needs to be modern, and it needs to be relevant. Bahama Gold and Tuscan Blue were two colours that came from the original Range Rover, and they manifest themselves in the lining of the jacket itself. We've used the Tuscan Blue. The Tuscan Blue also on the window check. And then the Bahama Gold we've actually used on the back of the collar.
When we came here to Fox Brothers, we put together the traditional designs of what we call the dog's tooth check, very much a featured cloth of here in the mill. And then the colorways, and then going back to their records here, which obviously goes back many years. And here, for example, is the lovely Tuscan Blue, which really blends into the colors of the 1970s. Now, when you put it together with the overcheck, you get yourself a very much traditional fabric, but these days can be used with a modern approach. So such a jacketing like this can be worn with grey flannels, very traditional, charcoal grey, but you can even wear it with blue jeans with a blue shirt over the top.
We've managed to come up with a pattern that is understated, but has the colour and is a real nod to the heritage, but also natural evolution as well. It's a timeless cloth as well. It's a very timeless pattern, as is the car, but it has naturally evolved just in the process that we use to weave our cloth. We use the very, very finest raw materials. We weave without compromise. And again, that's how the car is made and how the clothing is made as well. So it's a perfect collaboration of really good things.
When you think of bespoke tailoring, you think of Savile Row. It's renowned the world over for its tailoring excellence. And of course, Henry Poole are probably the oldest tailor on the row.
We are traditional tailors where everything is cut and made for you, making it very personal. We basically measure you up, we make a pattern for you. You can change your styling on it, but it's actually your design, you're fitted around your body. So that has very, very much remained the same, and we still manufacture on the premises in Savile Row, and it's still very much the craft industry.
Luxury is a lot of hands, a lot of skills, a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of, there's history involved as well, which adds to the credentials.
Suits we make today can be worn for 20, 30 years, no problem. And I think that's the part of the whole quality that comes assured with something made from Savile Row and Henry Poole. This reflects itself very much in the Range Rover. Look at the date of the Range Rover as it was in 1970 to what the shape and the look is today. It's iconically something which can be driven out of the garage just as much as a 1970 model to obviously the beautiful one today.
Both Henry Poole and Range Rover have considerable brand equity. Some of that clearly comes from the fact that they've been around a long time. They've got a unique heritage, but also it's because they create highly desirable products. But rarity does play a role, exclusivity in the appeal of the products from these brands. And we've deliberately limited the amount that we will produce, both on the jacket and on the vehicle itself. And I think that rarity is something that appeals to both our customers and Henry Poole.